What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you on the latest Form 4 that was submitted, what it means for Lucid and its investors' bigger picture. So I'm going to go over all the stuff you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. And with that, let's get right to it. So looking on Lucid's website, December the 27th, there was a new Form 4 that was submitted. If we do open this up, it shows that the PIF did add roughly about 86 or 85.7 million shares, and that was on December the 22nd. Of course, this is all very much known information. It initially came out November the 8th. As far as Lucid's intention to issue shares to the general public and to the PIF if they were willing to purchase more, of course. And when it comes down to the PIF, they did respond, I believe it was 2 or 3 days following, with a unofficial post saying that they were more than happy to obviously do that and support Lucid. So once again, this is all very much known information, but still very positive. And technically, I think it did come out around this time period, so December the 22nd. This is where the PIF and that whole issuance was officially completed. So again, I think this is all very much exciting stuff to see exactly how much they paid. So $10.67 a share, bringing the grand total to 1.1 billion shares that the PIF does have. Absolutely so impressive. And of course, they got around 915 million from this transaction, and in total 1.5 billion from the overall issuance that was done out, like I said, on November the 8th. So that really is going to help the bottom line for Lucid. So looking at this is based on their Q3 earnings. Of course, their Q4 is going to be coming out February sometime, but total cash equivalent short-term investments, it was 3.34 billion. So now we're going to add that 1.5 billion. So once again, I think this is going to help Lucid to survive, because when it comes down to Lucid, I would never want them to push back any projects because of lack of funding. For instance, what is coming out at the beginning of 2023? Well, the reservations for the SUV. So the Gravity, absolutely the biggest thing probably for Lucid since, I don't know, you guys get what I'm saying. So again, Gravity is definitely one very positive thing that will be coming up very soon. And so this is why I feel that this is going to be very positive, adding that 1.5 billion to the bottom line. So let me know your thoughts on that. But when it comes down to the PIF adding, I think this is bigger picture. It shows that Lucid is at a massive discount in comparison to what it should be. Of course, there's a lot of people that like to peel back all the data and look at exact multiples, compare it with Tesla, Rivian, and various other companies in the sector. But fundamentally, Lucid is going to do a lot of good things. I think we all generally know that. This is why we still invest in Lucid, and this is why we most likely, some of us at least, have been buying the dip. So $6.24 as of right now. So very, very cheap in comparison to what it was, as you can see based on the chart alone. But there's a lot of big buyers out there, because yes, there's one thing that a lot of us very much frustrated on the price, but keep in mind a lot of institutions and big money are hunting for discounted prices at these levels, as what a lot of retail should as well. And keep in mind, today is most likely the last volatile day. So when it comes down to tax loss selling, it looks like December the 28th is the last day that basically anyone can claim any losses attributed to taxes. So when it comes down to obviously the volatility that's been happening, the massive sell-off that's been also attributing Lucid and the broader market, I personally feel that it might slow down, especially after December the 28th. So possibly tomorrow onwards, we might be able to trend up. My own opinion, of course. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But keep in mind, a lot of institutions, like I said already, are taking advantage of these discounted prices. So when there has been this tax loss selling for Lucid, because Lucid unfortunately has been really down over the last year, give or take. I think it is 82% down for a year over year, but I could be wrong on that front. But like I said, a lot of big buyers is out in the market. More specifically, Warren Buffett. So when it comes down to Warren Buffett, we all know his investing style, and he definitely does have a little bit more of a missing aspect in his portfolio, and that is EVs. Of course, he could buy Tesla, but given the circumstances and the discounted level, I feel that other companies such as maybe Rivian or more specifically Lucid might be appealing, at least to him, in addition addition to Cathie Woods, I know some people don't really like Cathie Woods and a little bit more of a one-hit wonder kind of scenario, but I don't think anyone here can really have any bad arguments about Warren Buffett. When he invests big for the long term. And what company is going to thrive in the long term? Well, it is Lucid, because of the PIF. The PIF, no matter what, whether you guys like the PIF or not, it is going to support Lucid through thick and thin, through recessions, through bull rallies, every aspect of Lucid's future. Most likely up until 2030, the PIF is going to be there supporting, possibly even further than that. That's my own opinion, of course. But when it comes down to it, there's going to be a lot of big names going to be buying these dips potentially, maybe after obviously the tax loss selling or once the volatility does start to subside. Keep in mind, a lot of these big names like to look at other investments, because Warren Buffett, what company does he like? He absolutely loves Apple. And what might be coming out in the short term? Well, there might be a partnership announced. Obviously, they did say in 2022, so they're really cutting it close if they are ever going to announce who their partnership is going to be with. But definitely going to be a very interesting thing if Warren Buffett starts to look at Lucid because of this whole Apple partnership. Because of course, we already know, like I mentioned, he absolutely loves Apple behind the scenes. So once again, let me know your thoughts on that. But outside of that though, I also want to talk on some abnormal activity. So over the last little bit, I like to look at what's happening on the dark pool secondary market. And there was 2 abnormal trades that was done after hours, both in the morning, so pre-market and after hours yesterday. So 4.22 million and 2.54 million. And this is on the secondary market, which is very abnormal. You don't typically see that. And definitely if you do compare this with, for instance, the dark pool. So I'll just pull this up as far as Lucid. So what is happening on the dark pool more specifically, it was fairly flat. So no big transactions. So it's very interesting to see that there was bigger transactions on the secondary market versus the dark pool. So like I said, when it comes down to Lucid, the fact that the PIF did increase their position and just willingly said yes, definitely without any hesitation, it shows that Lucid is a solid company despite this. And I have to say this once again, because there might be some individuals not really understanding this. What happens based on the price is no indication of exactly what happens at the operation. For instance, Lucid could be at $100. Their operation would not change. If it was at $1, operation would not change. So it doesn't necessarily matter behind the scenes. The only influence that the stock price does have as of right now, it would be on issuance. So for instance, if Lucid does need more money in the future and they dilute or issue shares, then yes, it would be a lot more ideal for it to be at 50 or plus or whatever it might be versus here, because a little bit more of an issuance as far as additional shares. But once again, that is the only factor that plays into the bigger picture. When it comes to it though, a lot of people may not understand that, and I think they see $6 or $5 and they panic thinking that Lucid won't be able to produce any cars or whatever it might be. They are completely separate. So just keep that on a side note and let me know your thoughts on Warren Buffett. Do you think he is ever going to invest in Lucid? Because like I said, there is a very good comparison between Warren Buffett, Apple, and more specifically, a lot of people like to think that Apple and Lucid are going to have a very good partnership. So once again, it's all very much connected. Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. If you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.